So, John Stead, welcome to Going Again podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for being here.
Great to have you.
It's great to be here.
Wow.
I keep hearing about it. I was wondering, am I ever going to get on this thing?
God.
Well, we asked you a while ago, and it's a long time coming. You're a busy guy.
Well, to set the record straight, when you asked me a while ago, that was like 2.5 weeks ago.
No, come on.
Well, maybe that.
It was at least 3.
No, it was a while ago.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
No, but hey, that's okay. I'm not actually keeping track. I'm actually very, very happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm stoked to have you here. This is awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And you drove in from where you live near Stratford, Ontario.
That's right. Yeah, on
And
a small farm.
Yeah. Now, where are you from originally? Because you're from out west.
I am. I'm from Saskatchewan.
Wow.
Yeah, I came out here late 80s to make
Okay.
my way in the business.
Yeah.
I mean, my original plan, of course, was to be a fight director.
For stage.
Yeah.
Right. Which you are.
Which I am, yeah, which I became.
Yeah.
And, I guess, I mean, this whole side of it, our side of it, stunts, was something that was really a byproduct of me coming out to be a fight director.
Right. So now, whereabouts in Saskatchewan are you from?
It kind of varied. I don't know if you'd know it, where the air weapons range is, good soil area. But I went to school, and our family moved to Saskatoon. I went to school in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan,
Okay.
University of Saskatchewan.
Okay.
So I really consider that to be
Okay. Home.
home, yeah.
Okay. And what'd you study there? What'd you do?
Well, I was going to be a lawyer.
Oh,
Yeah, believe it or not. I thought I'd
Oh, we believe it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you knew me better, you wouldn't. But anyway, but I ended up, then I thought I'll be an English teacher. I loved to write stories
Okay.
when I was growing up. And of course, the arts was something that none of my family were involved in. So
Right.
I thought English is great. You can write stories, and I had no other idea of what that outlet would be except to teach English. And a friend of mine said, you should take a drama class. You'd love it. And I did, and I did love it.
Oh, that's interesting. Now, how old would you have been at that time?
18.
Okay.
Yeah.
so when you were thinking about being a fight director, it was something that you couldn't necessarily do out in Saskatchewan.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Now, did that grow, the fight director thing, did it grow from being 18 and being introduced to the drama club?
100%.
Okay.
Because I was a martial artist.
Yes.
And I was a competitive in, saber, and I just ended up doing the fights by default.
Oh, okay.
So when Greystone Theatre would have fight scenes, I just ended up doing them. And, I was up to the age of like 21. And one of the instructors, one of the professors, and I wish I could recall his name. Anyway, he said to me, you're really good at this, whether I was or not. It's up to debate. But he said, you can make your living doing this if you go to Toronto.
Okay.
So when I graduated, I went down to the States, and I took a stage combat course with the Society of American Fight Directors.
Okay.
And then I came out to Toronto and started to work I started my unemployment as a fight director.
A great way to put it.
Yeah, and eventually got jobs here and there. And fight direction was great. I went on, I was the fight master at Stratford for 25 seasons, Shaw for 25 seasons. I've actually done over 600 plays as a fight director.
Oh, my.
Yeah, lots of plays.
So you're learning what to do now.
Exactly.
Wow.
You figured it out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, when I kept saying that I was going to be a fight director, people often just assumed it was really stunts. And,
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah. And I just did an article where I mentioned you in this article.
I read it. Thank
Oh,
you very
did you?
much for
Oh.
the shout out.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's very kind.
Yeah.
yeah. It was Black Belt magazine, wasn't it? I did quote that right. That you,
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure of it because I remember it was because yes, it was for sure Black Belt magazine because I did an article and you were in it as well. In fact, I actually saw that article. Someone sent it to me about a year ago.
Oh,
I
true.
found this old copy of it.
Oh, wow.
Hard copy. I should see if I can find it.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
That's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, got into stunts, but my career was always between the two. A lot of fights on stage, and then of course
Right.
pursuing stunt career, and then stunt coordinating.
Right on.
And the fight director title is still a thing in theater.
Yeah, I think I was fairly, at least in this country, I don't want to sound like I'm tooting my horn because that's the last thing I want to do. But
Oh, toot your horn. Toot it.
no. It's just it was really a term that I had heard and that I really insisted upon. Even at Stratford, I was actually the first one to be known as the fight director. It was
Okay.
always the fight arranger, fight choreographer.
Okay.
But because I directed the action, I wanted, and in respect to all those who came before me, because you always carry a torch from those before you, as you well know. Sure. You have an obligation, I believe, to, better our profession as you go in any small way you can. So I insisted on being called a fight director. And, so there you
And
go.
did you hide yourself in the bathroom at Stratford and say, I won't come out until you agree?
I did not. It was a pretty straightforward thing. It was David William, artistic director. He was great. I was part of the acting company in the beginning
Okay.
because traditionally, there's two things that kind of changed. Traditionally, the fight arranger or fight choreographer was always part of the acting company.
Okay.
And being the fight director, and that was fairly standard in most large theater companies, Britain, Canada, that type of thing. You were always part of the company, and you did this as a side thing. After 2 years of playing very small parts, and I was so busy as a fight director, I just hated it. I said, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be strictly the fight director. That's all I want to do.
No performing.
No performing.
Okay.
I don't want to be on stage. And it was the best thing I'd ever done because it allowed me to be free to go to Toronto, do stunt work, opened up my career a lot. So it was a good move. Yeah, and David William was very supportive. He was the artistic director at the time, and great guy, great man.
And so you no longer do it with Stratford? You still do it. I know you do. You just mentioned
No,
you
I'm
were...
not with Stratford. Anita Natoli, who is my mentee, I guess, in some ways, both with me and Steve Wilshire. Anyway, she's now doing it. I'm very proud of her.
Oh, that's
Very
great.
wonderful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I hear she's quite busy.
She
quite
is.
busy doing theater stuff.
Yeah, very busy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's great.
And so now you were just in Cambridge. You mentioned a month ago.
Yeah, I was actually did a little show across the river here called Witness for the Prosecution for Drayton. Drayton Entertainment.
Yeah, at the Hamilton Theatre.
Hamilton Theatre.
Yeah.
And I'd done it at Shaw, and the same director gave me a call because they're mounting it here with the Drayton Festival. Really fantastic company, great show. I don't know if it's still running. Marla McLean is the actor in it, one of the actors. She's sensational. So I hope it's doing well. Anyway.
Wicked. Awesome.
Do you have an affinity for playwright? Do you go and watch as opposed to be a part of it? Oh, God. I embarrassed you.
Uh-oh.
No.
You know what? I don't even know if it's like it's infamous would be too big a word, but I don't see a lot of theater. I worked on it so much, but I was kind of like known for not going to the place I worked on. It's like terrible. But
I mean, I don't watch all the shows I've worked on either.
Yeah.
You know, it's
the same. I love going to live theater. I really do. But I've never been to the Hamilton Theatre. And it's just, it's like 4 blocks from my house.
Well, if it's on, I really recommend you going to see Witness for the Prosecution.
Okay.
It's beautifully directed, beautifully acted, really wonderful. And I have seen that production.
Okay.
I saw it when it was at Shaw. I have not seen this current version, but I'm sure it just keeps getting better.
Right on.
Yeah. Really
So now,
wonderful.
so did you graduate from the University of Saskatoon?
I did University of Saskatchewan.
University of Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
And your degree is in English?
Well, it's an arts degree.
Okay.
Bachelor of Arts.
Okay, so you can't do anything with it.
No.
Right.
I'm glad I have it, though, you know.
Of course. You know big words and stuff?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
No, not really. But
You can read?
My dad said something. My dad said, having a degree, you'll never use it, but there's something kind of cool about it. It's,
Right.
It lifts you on some kind of a social level. Now, I don't know whether that's true, if that was his words, but part of it, I think, was to do it for my pop, who I adored, loved
Yeah.
my dad. He was a great man.
Okay.
And anyway, I finished it.
What'd your dad do?
Businessman.
Okay.
Great outdoorsman.
Okay.
Super outdoorsman.
So now that's where you get your love of being in the trees?
That's where I get it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you grew up in Saskatchewan, was it also on a farm? You said you have a farm today.
No, I come from farm stock,
Okay.
but when I went to school, I lived an hour and a half on a little area called Bursay, Saskatchewan, near Bursay, I'm trying to think. There's an area called Lake Diefenbaker, which was the South Saskatchewan River when they dammed it, and they made a great big, huge lake out there. And I lived on a little camp out there, and I used to commute into school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Okay, that's cool. And on a camp.
yeah. It was. I wish I could. I'll find a picture. It's a one-room cabin out in the middle of the prairie.
So you were going to school.
Yeah.
Were you also hunting and playing around while you were doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've done this all your life, eh? Your dad took you out as a boy, and
Yeah, my dad took me out into the bush when I was very young.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now what? Okay,
and,
so
and I do it with my boys as well.
well, that's wicked. How many boys do you have?
2. I have Nick, who's a stunt performer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And-
None of us like him, but we
Yeah.
know who he is.
Yes.
Yep. And Michael.
Okay, and Michael's not involved in the.
No, he's an academic. He's with University of Toronto.
Okay.
He did a degree in psychology.
Okay.
Amazing.
And a daughter who's 10.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I remarried Sophie, and I have a daughter who's 10 years old.
And her name is
Rose.
Rose. Shout out to Rose.
Yeah.
She's wicked.
She's not yet a stunt performer. But...
Oh, and Rose was just up north with me hunting grouse, which was
Okay.
fantastic.
Serious, huh?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we went up to I have property up around Cochrane, and we've gone up a few times and got pictures of her holding grouse for supper. And
Aw.
great.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So okay, so your reputation, everybody in this industry knows that you hunt, that you shoot. So what do you prefer, firearms or your bow?
Oh, bow. I only hunt with a bow.
Oh, you only hunt with a bow. You hunt grouse with a bow?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you're pretty good then. Holy,
Well, I don't. Everyone kind of thinks that when you're hunting that you have to be an exceptional shot, and that's part of it. But of the scale of all the things you have to do well, I put that at the bottom. It comes in last place compared to something like stalking, silence, scent control, all the various things, tracking, finding game, where to look, all the things that you need to do. Certainly being a competent shot is
Right.
very important because arrow placement is everything. But it's at the bottom of the list as far as I'm concerned.
that's really interesting.
So you're trying to attract an animal while staying quiet. Or are you going to?
Well, I
going
try.
to the
I try to
animal-
do a lot of spot and stalk. Is how I like to hunt. That's how I really love to do it.
Spot and stalk.
Yeah,
Can you explain that?
sure. It's tracking, looking for animals, finding them, and then once you find them, you stalk them.
There are some societies wherein you get arrested for that.
It depends on the animal.
Spot and stalking. No, that's fascinating. So you have a grouse which flies.
Yeah, I use a. God, the name escapes me. I can't remember, but it's a wire mesh head that knocks them out of the sky, and it's actually a pretty good system. My daughter will see them. I'll snap a shot off. My dog, I'll knock them down either off the ground or I have hit them flying, and my dog runs and gets them, and then my daughter runs and takes them from the dog and brings them back to me. So it's a pretty good system.
What's going to happen when your
awesome.
daughter's too old for this? She wants to shoot. What does she do?
Well, she's going to shoot. Of course
And
she's
then
gonna
you'll
shoot.
just go get
And
them.
you'll just go get them from your dog.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not a bird dog; it's a shepherd. But she loves to chase the birds, so it's great. Works out beautifully. We had a great time.
That's incredible.
God.
So you knock the bird out?
Yeah, basically, it's not a kill shot.
Right.
Knocks him down. Now Nick, my boy, was just up there, and he took grouse with his stick bow, which I was very impressed by.
What is a stick bow?
I hunt with a recurve, which is still just a basic bow, but a stick bow is just a straight bow, just looks like a stick.
Like an English longbow?
No, it's not a longbow. It's a stick bow, and a longbow has it's much shorter. A stick bow, it's not beveled. It doesn't come from a thicker riser to the limbs. It's literally the same dimension all the way up.
Okay.
It's a stick bow.
I don't think I've ever seen this.
Yeah, and Nick took grouse with it. I was very impressed with it.
Huh.
Yeah, and he
Next time I'm talking to Nick, I'm going to ask about stick bows.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine what it looks like.
It's literally, you can imagine a recurve has a slight recurve to it.
Sure.
There's one behind
modern.
you.
Right there.
Yes, that's a recurve. A modern longbow has a very slight recurve back to it, and I also have a modern
Right.
longbow. A longbow, but you see the riser, which is the center part?
Yes.
How it's thicker, and then the limbs taper as
Yes.
they go
Sure,
up.
sure.
A stick bow has no natural bend in it. It's literally a stick, and it is the same from the riser all the way up. The limbs and the riser are basically
Wow.
the same. Then they've added a handle to the center, which would constitute the riser, and then they flex the bow to string it, and that's a stick bow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Very basic
Oh my
bow.
God.
Very basic.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
And so obviously that's an advanced tool. When you say that Nick is up there doing some impressive stuff with it, he's doing some advanced.
Well, the tool's
work.
not advanced. The archery.
Well, I suppose that's true.
Yeah, the tool's not advanced at all. The tool's very basic. The skill to do it would be more advanced. I thought I was impressed with his shooting ability.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So you don't use firearms at all when you hunt?
No. No.
Interesting. Have you ever hunted bear
That's all I basically hunt.
with a bow?
Yep.
Does anybody
yeah.
stand nearby with a gun?
Nope.
Yeah, you got balls of steel.
Yeah, man.
I don't know about that. Didn't do it in a long time.
Yeah.
My wife has been out with me. Sophie's come out with me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and helped me skin them out, and yeah, she was great.
Really?
Yeah, and my daughter comes, and of course Nick lived for it. I used to take him out of school, and we'd go up. Michael's been, but Nick really just lived to hunt.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, he loves to hunt, and he's a good guy to hunt with.
Very
Cool.
cool.
I love Nick. He's a really great dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
is
can imagine spending some time with him in the bush. So
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Good guy.
That's fascinating. Okay, so then you left Saskatchewan and you came to Ontario. So you came to Ontario. You were an unemployed fight director.
Yeah, worked as a doorman in clubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes back to the martial arts and the ability to handle people.
Yeah.
Did
I
all
mean,
you guys work in clubs? Oh my God. All of you guys.
Yeah, it's not the first
All
time you've asked
three,
this
all
question.
three of you guys have done it.
Yeah.
and-
the
and-
worst job in the planet sometimes.
Oh, sure.
You know. And I look about as tough as a marshmallow. So
Yes, same with me.
oh my God, I fought a lot. It was terrible. A lot of.
The thing is that, like I marvel at watching my mechanic work on my motors, my engines, because they have a skill. Same thing with you. I didn't look tough. I didn't, but I could handle myself with the idiot that thought he was.
Yeah. A lot of angry people.
Yeah, it's weird, eh?
Yeah.
I'm sure
I
it's
worked,
worse nowadays.
I worked the rail, worked Fillmore's, but the worst place was a place called Quinn's on the Danforth, and it's not there anymore, but it was, oh man, full of rounders, just the worst. Like, guys who just...
Picking fights.
I just kind of went, yeah, just see a black leather. I went, why are you here? There's no girls here. Why are you people all here? It's just like a sea of black leather, man. It was like terrible. But fought all the time. I remember a girlfriend was coming up from Saskatchewan. I was so excited. I missed home terribly when I came here. It was heartsick. I missed Saskatchewan so much. I hated it in Toronto. Too much city. And anyway, my girlfriend was coming up. And I remember going to work and praying in the bathroom, going, look, I know I'm going to fight tonight. just don't smash my face too much because
My girlfriend's here.
she's coming. No, she's coming in a week. So I don't care if I get, just don't break my nose. You know, I'd say, God, just for a week.
her,
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Because he used to tell me not to get involved in becoming a bouncer or anything like that because
Good advice from Dad.
you know, hurt your face, all that stuff, and you want to be an actor and this kind of thing. You know.
But you learn some great lessons. You know, I learned so many things, and Randy, I'm sure you can, and Blair can attest to this, is that you learn so many kind of basic rules, like never touch people unless it's time to touch them. And you know, that's true, you know.
Yeah, that goes back to the spot and stock.
But, you know, you just never put hands on people.
Sure.
You know, you come over,
Sure.
you know, and it's something that, you know, we have a tendency to reach out and go, hey, you know,
Yeah.
to people, and you think you're being kind or
Comforting.
Comforting. People don't want to be touched,
Yeah.
ever.
Especially if they're already in some kind of
Jacked up mood. So I
Yeah.
really learned to keep my hands to myself, you know.
Okay. Yeah, that's
just-
interesting.
Yeah.
I saw a study once that said that about 85% of all street fights start because someone calls another person an asshole. The word asshole is what triggers that sucker punch.
Really?
It's crazy, eh?
Yeah, I'd never heard that.
Yeah, I read this, like, this has got to be 30 years ago that I'd been a part of this study. And
Yeah, I bet that word's changed.
Yeah, I wonder if it has.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. You know, Dean Kopkoff.
Yes. God bless him.
God bless Dean. Yeah. He was. I really like Dean a lot. Anyway, he used to say to me all the time, John, I know you. And I said, well, yeah, I know Dean. Of course we know each other. He goes, no, from before, man, from before. I don't know, Dean. And he goes, I don't know. And Dean was, you know, he was wild as the wind, as you know, and especially in his younger days. And I mean, I didn't associate with Dino, right? But I worked with him, and I always liked him when I worked with him. He always did a good job for me, and I always enjoyed him on set. But he'd always say, "Oh, we know each other from the other life. From the other life, we know each other." And I'd say, "Oh, Dean, I don't know." And anyway, we're all sitting around one day, and I was talking about, someone mentioned the brass rail. And of course, I haven't been in a strip club
Right.
for ever, because the only time I was ever in them when I was working.
Right.
Sure.
And someone was talking. I said, "Oh yeah, the rail. I haven't been in there in 30 years." And Dean looked at me, and he said, "No." And I said, "Fillmore's?" And he goes, "No." And I said, "Oh, well, those are where I worked." Oh, in a place called Quinn's. And he went, "That's it."
He was there with his black leather jacket with no girls.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, Dean said, "Do you remember saving this guy who was fighting all these dudes?" And he goes, "That was me, Johnny. That was me." And I went, "Well, I don't think I saved you, Dean." And what I remember of the story, now this is going back a long ways, this guy came out the doors literally fighting. He must have been fighting 4 or 5 guys. And he was just was not going down.
Right.
And we were in between the 2 set doors that they had. These set doors were probably a room 10 feet square. And Dean was in there fighting these guys right inside that little outer doors, inner doors.
Oh, yeah.
Vestibule.
Yeah.
And he was fighting like 4 or 5 guys. I can't quite remember, but it was at least 4 guys.
Oh, man.
And I went in to try and break it up, and I was just pulling guys, trying to get them out the door, because that was your job. Just get them out the door. You don't care what happens on the street. Just get them out of the club. And I grabbed this guy, and I put him in a lock. And I put him in a lock, and I was pulling him back, and Dean turned and fired a roundhouse kick.
What?
And I remember thinking my forearms had broken. He hit so hard. And the guy just went unconscious like that. Now, as it turns out, the guy did come to, and he was okay, I guess. But he turned to me and he went, "Thanks, bro," and
No way.
went out the door. And I've completely forgot about it. And Dean remembered it 30-some years later.
That's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
The best part about that story, though, is the roundhouse kick.
Oh my God.
Why? I thought that was just a movie thing.
Oh no, well, not being caught.
Well, the good thing was you were holding the guy still.
Yes, I was. But my intention was not to set him up to be checked.
No, but the connection, you know, if you're moving, you're fucked. But if
That's brilliant.
the connection
Yeah.
was awesome. That's hilarious.
Anyway, that was Dean. Yeah,
That's cool, man.
yeah. Anyway, your dad was wise to tell you not to pursue that. Anyway, I did that for a long time. I did
Yeah.
that for years, trying to get into the business, and then, of course, finally got a couple of breaks.
So, like actors, you know, they wait staff. You know, they waiter or waitress, and stunt guys get jobs at the door
At the door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and practice
Yeah.
your moves.
all of them.
That's what a lot of them.
All of them.
Yeah, that's
Gosh,
funny.
I met some characters.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
I did. Bet you did. So you had the time during the day to go out and knock on doors, which no one does these days. It's all on emails, which I find a joke. So you went and you met some people, and you impressed them enough with your former life as a fight director at the time, and
Well, I think you're right. I think that I don't know if I impressed them, but it was work as a fight director, I think, that really finally got me in through the stunt team.
sure.
You know.
Oh, with Teddy and
Yeah, with Teddy and TJ.
TJ
and Mark.
right on.
Mark
Yeah,
Poe.
those are the guys that brought me sort of.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. Oh, is that? I didn't know that. I always thought you came out of Stuntco. Ah.
No, I went and saw Dwayne very early on. I was still a teenager.
Right.
And he told me to get out of his office. He'll never hire another karate guy ever.
Right.
He had hired a karate guy whose name I'll tell you later, to kick an actor against a tree. The actor sitting on the ground with his head against the tree, and he's supposed to throw a side kick and hit him in the face. But he did.
Uh-oh.
And smashed the actor's nose. And Dwayne told me he'd never hire another karate guy ever. I took all these pictures to impress him, and he's like,
Sure.
fuck off.
Yeah.
But then when I went and I met Ted and TJ and those guys, it all worked out. It was great.
You know how I got my job at Quinn's on the Danforth with Mike Quinn? He said, "You don't look like much to me." And he brought me out onto the dance floor. There's a small little dance floor that nobody ever danced on. I mean never. They fought on it, but nobody danced on it. And he brought out a pair of gloves and gave me a pair of gloves. He goes, and I'll never forget him going, "Okay, let's see what you got."
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's an interesting way to.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
You did a light spar.
Did well, 10-ounce gloves wasn't that light.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Interesting.
10-ounce gloves are like wearing a snowmobile mitt.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Well, maybe with
Little-
a piece
little
of
better
card,
than
a little
that.
bigger. I'm teasing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And we had a little go. And he hired me.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Anyway,
Wow.
I sorry, I just thought about that.
No,
No, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's all about the memories, John. It's
yeah.
all about
But
the
anyway,
memories.
I didn't know that about
Just bring the mic. You can
sorry.
slide it back. Yeah.
there we go. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting about the stunt team. They were great guys.
Yeah, they were great. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I as you read it, so I forgive me for bringing it back up. But when I was trying to get work, I'll tell Andrew this because I'm sure he didn't read the article.
Oh, I did. I
did you?
read it, yeah. I read it the moment I saw it on Stunt Community.
Holy Jesus!
Yeah.
You raised a good boy.
I did.
Yeah.
As
Look at
you
you.
did.
Wow.
Yeah. You know.
I pretend I'm interested in stuff.
Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. You got your dad's humor, or maybe yeah. But you must remember too, like trying to get your 8x10 out to
Oh my
show
God,
people
yes.
and pictures.
Of course.
All that kind of stuff.
But see, that's the problem. That's what I mentioned a little earlier. There was a time when you would knock on doors and you had to like a salesman. You are your product, so you had to go out and sell you to whoever is buying.
Yeah.
And I did that. And I did it with Dwayne. I did it with Rick. All those guys back then. Shane. But today, no one does it. I actually go on set and I meet stunt performers who don't know who I am.
That probably mostly ended
You know what I
in
mean?
Blair's era, right? Because I remember
that's
pick and
probably
res and all that stuff, but I was like super young, so it wasn't like the same vibe. But I'd go to every audition with pick and res,
Right.
pick and res. I had stacks and stacks of them.
Well, like stunt kids today, the newbies, they don't understand what it takes to sell themselves to
It's not the same. It's
people
not
that
even
have
close
the
to
ability
same.
to hire them.
It's interesting what you just said, that you go on set and people don't know who you are, and I never really stopped and thought about that.
Well, both you, myself, we're in the position of hiring
Yeah, no,
them and giving them a living.
yeah, I understand. Yeah,
And if they don't know who I am, they're not doing their job very well.
and I'd never stopped to consider that. It's interesting. I don't know how I've only hired one person off their reel, and oh my God, what's
I love that you're saying this. This is funny.
well? How many times has a reel gone? I'm about to hire someone, and I looked at the reel and then not hired them, which is, I don't know if that's ever happened to you.
No,
A bad reel is worse than no reel.
correct. In my opinion, I agree with you.
Yeah. But
How many reels do you get? Tons.
You must
tons, yeah.
As
and
do I.
And I watch every last one of them.
You do?
100%. I respond to everyone who writes to me.
Yes.
And I watch every reel that's sent.
You're a busy man.
Wow. Okay, so having said that,
I think it's the least I can do.
I try to respond to every email.
Right.
I try.
Okay.
I rarely. If somebody texts me, I'm not. Sometimes I don't get back. I try to respond to, especially foreigners. I get emails from Europe and Australia and America because I'm on lists, as you are. So I try to respond to them and say, I apologize, I can't do anything for you. It depends on the body of the letter that's sent and whether I can tell whether you're a professional or not. But I don't watch reels. I understand what a backflip is, and I know what a punch looks like, and I know whether your reel is going to be a professional reel of work that you've done on film or television, or whether you've created it with friends. So I don't watch them, and I don't use them as a tool.
Do you not? It's interesting because people who send reels are generally people who are, trying to get it going. Mm-hmm. I think Blair is asleep, incidentally. I think Blair is sleeping. I think the director has fallen asleep. I think this interview is going so badly. Blair's like over there going, "Save me. Will this ever be over?"
Oh my God.
He's out like a light. I could hear him snoring over there.
That's hilarious.
But I'm a little more. I'm not as hard nosed as your dad, obviously.
Yeah.
I kind of go. What drives me crazy? Driving crazy, but people who send videos of them shooting guns, on the range.
Yes, I've gotten those.
Yeah, and I go, oh, that's a mistake. Don't do that. Or they do a somersault on 16-inch mats. Mm-hmm. Those are mistakes, and I want to say to them that's a mistake. I don't. I'll just say thank you for sending your
Right.
But in lieu of material, because you haven't got a job yet, I kind of appreciate the fact that the person's gone out, produced and created a reel,
Right.
trying to create, and I
Just to
understand.
illustrate their
Making
skills.
moves. They're just
Yeah,
making moves, trying to.
making something happen.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, heck, if bad mistakes were chalked up against me, I'd still be working in bars.
Sure.
As a doorman.
I absolutely understand.
I've made so many mistakes coming up through the business that it's not even funny.
Like today, because anybody with an iPhone can make a movie.
Sure.
And then they go on whatever editing software on their phone that they choose. They can shoot all these little fight things that they do. I don't know if you're on Facebook and that you see all these stunt guys doing these little fights and stuff.
No, no.
They get
I'm
together.
not a social media guy.
Oh, this
Okay.
is why he watches the reels.
That's right.
He doesn't see all
get
that
to see,
shit.
he doesn't get to see them on Facebook. But one of the biggest mistakes people make is that all they're doing is illustrating what they don't know by putting a fight together that absolutely sucks.
100%.
And there's a young fella in Toronto right now. He's putting stuff online, and he's a total embarrassment to
What's
the
his
stunt
name?
community. I'm not going to say his name. He'll sue me. But a number of people put up things that the world sees.
Sure.
And if you're trying to put it up to impress, go a little further and get it edited properly. I don't know what you're doing, but it's not right, and they're making a mistake, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I was saying when, no reel's better than a bad reel.
Right.
And I think it's comparative. Like, you can't be, everyone's not Jackie Chan, right? Everyone's not, they just aren't that skill level. But
But the thing about too is that I don't think it requires a great skill level. Like what's interesting is that, and I'm sure you had this, I know you have. People come up to me and say, I'm a world champion Taekwondo person. I'm a world champion judo expert. I can fall with the best of them. Well, you're going to be playing a homeless man fighting in an alley, and I don't need a perfect break fall. I need you to make it a wreck.
100%.
So I need a stunt man.
Yeah.
I've never needed in my entire career a world champion at anything.
No, of course you haven't.
So I need you to be as good as I need you to be, and as a filmmaker, I'm going to make you look amazing.
Yeah.
So I don't need you to have the skills of Jackie Chan.
I do think that when a lot of the young people coming into this, they are told pretty quickly, you need a reel. You need a reel. You need a reel. You need a reel.
Right.
Shoot yourself on a line. Shoot yourself in the gym. Shoot yourself. There's all these kinds of things. Do you have an opinion on that? I mean, if you've never really used the reel.
Well, I can tell you right now, I don't know about you guys, but what I do is if I need somebody, I get sent a reel because I do look at them all. And if I see a reel and I go, oh, that's cool, great look,
Talented guy.
talented woman, talented person.
Yep.
I always make the phone call. I always phone somebody. Like I look to see who they've worked. I always look to see who they've worked for.
Right.
Sure.
And if there's nobody on it, and they say, hey, could we chat? I'm always say, sure, we could chat, and I'll do it when I'm driving into Toronto to studio or something. I'll have a phone conversation with them. But otherwise, I'm always on the phone. Like if Randy's listed, I'll phone your dad. If Jamie's listed, I'll phone JJ or Mark, whoever that person may be.
Sure. And sort of vet them instead.
Yeah.
In that regard.
Yeah.
No, and I get called by a lot of people. One guy that always calls me was Rick Forsyth. God bless him. He would always call me because he would be dealing with someone who's got my name on their resume. A few other people, not very many.
Well, that makes sense in the way that, more than just skill on set.
I still can't
Etiquette.
believe Ricky's gone.
I know. It's yeah.
my
I just had a moment go through my head too.
Yes. I'm sorry, Andrew.
Yeah. No, that's okay. No, I was just saying that, vetting someone in that way is very much like a job. It's how you would vet anyone for any job, and because you want to know that they have on-set etiquette or that they're okay, someone you can trust, they're tough, whatever. All these other things. What is the sense in a reel nowadays? Is there?
Oh, I think there is. I personally do. I think.
Sorry, Joe.
No, not at all. I think it kind of gives a base level of that the person's training. Like today's stunt person's different. I mean, I'm certainly not
100%.
going to lecture you guys on that. You're all professional stunt people. Even the man asleep in the corner over there.
Yeah. Blair, wake up.
Blair.
I'm here.
Okay. But it's different. Back in the day when I was never a party guy, I was never a drinker or any of those things. But you guys, well, heck, Andrew, as I was saying earlier, I mean, you're actually a veteran stunt guy. You know, we keep thinking you as the kid because you're Randy's boy, but you know, you've been around a long time. You've been doing it for what, 30 years? You've been
30,
doing it.
yeah, 30 years.
But back even when you were too young to do it at the time, but you know, stunt guys all hung out together, partied together, drank together.
Sure.
You know, went to the bars. That's, you know, that was kind of the culture. Those days are dead and gone.
100%.
They are.
And
What's interesting about that is when it was alive and well,
Yeah.
I still never participated.
well, and neither did I.
Well, because I lived in Cambridge for one.
Yeah.
I don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
And I had 3 kids to go home to.
Exactly. You know who else never did it? It was Marco Bianco. Yeah, he was never that party guy. But you know, my point is that the culture was different. It was about being a cowboy. You never wore pads to set. In fact, wearing pads was kind of a taboo.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I do.
Yeah, like you were going to do a car hit and you come out wearing pads and it'd be like, "What the fuck are you? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know, Michelin man. Like all you do is have yellow in elbows and knees, and it was like in hips and."
And now it's opposite. You don't have
I-
pads.
Although I say to stunt people, never put your pads on set. Never put them on set. I don't want people seeing you in pads. You put them on.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to see pads on set.
That's right.
That's
Cool.
just my
good.
own thing.
Now, interesting thing about pads.
But
and
anyway, sorry, just very quickly.
go
My
ahead.
point is today's stunt person goes to work every day. Today's successful stunt person goes to work every day. If they don't have a job on set, they go train.
right.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Or they do something else to enhance their abilities as a filmmaker.
that's right. That's right. Yes, as a filmmaker.
Right.
The business as a whole.
Yeah.
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 You know, it's so funny. I just got a flash of it. You keep saying, you know, as a filmmaker, and of course, because I would obviously consider you a filmmaker. I mean, you are a director, stunt coordinator, stunt performer.
Okay.
But-
well, that ends the podcast.
You know, but you don't, like in the earlier days of my stunt coordinating career, you were my go-to guy for the stunt actor thing. You must remember that.
I do.
You were always the guy who, like,
People still
you were-
save me. Yeah.
Yeah, you were on all my reels. You were, because, you know, you were like, because I remember when I was starting as a second unit director.
Yeah.
And I'd stunt coordinate all my own units, which I still do. I prefer it. And you were in, your dad was in all my stuff.
Ah, that's awesome.
Can you send me that reel so I have one?
I will. Do you remember the thing we did in the diner?
Oh,
It was-
man.
Anyway, we did a bunch of stuff.
The diner. Oh, that long, thin diner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blair's nodding. He's there?
It's the day I met John Stead for 30 seconds.
No way.
Went to work with Randy just to meet John Stead that day.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, wow.
That's great. Yeah. That you see, and you know what I remember, Blair, is you driving on Weapon. I remember you doing all the driving sequence for me, and James Binkley was like raving about you as a driver, going, "You got to get, you got to get Blair Johannes, got to get Blair," and I did, and I knew you, of course, and you did a sensational job. But that's what I really remember. Yeah.
You weren't sleeping that day.
You weren't.
See, that's interesting that Blair mentioned that he came to work with me to meet you, and he met you, shook your hand, and he got to talk to you for 30 seconds.
Right.
That's what kids are not doing today.
No, you're right. You're right.
I get introductions by email.
Yeah, which is a bit of a drag.
Yeah, I get texts, and they say, "Hey, I'm available." Yeah, well,
See, but you know what, Randy? I'm going to try and change your mind on that,
copy that.
for what it's worth.
Yeah, let's go.
I think it's part of the thing. The guys are hustling. They're trying to get something going. I get the text all the time saying, "Hey, how many times, Randy, if you're honest?" I'm actually curious. I'm not going to question your honesty, because I believe you're a completely honest person. But have you ever encountered, because I certainly have, that you're looking for that fifth guy and you get a text and you go, "Oh yeah," and you plug them in,
All the
Forgot
time.
about-
or
Yeah,
her
yeah.
in.
All the time.
Sure. So I say to people, texting's important. I mean, what's it take to read a text going, "Hey, Johnny, just knocking on the door, I'm available." Great.
100%. No, 100%.
that.
I agree with you 100%. Out of sight, out of mind. And I invite people who I know to text me
I see.
anytime
I see
they
the
want.
distinction you're making. Sure. Okay. Okay.
It's the new person I've never met
Got it. Yeah.
who calls me dude and
Well,
tells me
that's different.
they're-
Yeah, yeah.
they're available. Well, who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you? I get that you found my phone number, but who are you? You've never, ever introduced yourself to me.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yep.
But there are a lot of stunts, like a lot of stunties out there nowadays. Well, whether they're
They're friends of friends and friends.
yeah. There's just so many, man. You'd
Yeah.
be meeting a lot of people.
Well, that's up to them.
I guess, yeah.
You know, find out what set I'm on, and then come to just come and shake my hand. I can tell whether you're going to work for me in 3 minutes.
You know,
Yeah.
it's interesting too. You know, the thing about the stunt performer. I mean, I think it was with you I was chatting about this, or actually it might have been Blair. I can't remember which one of you guys.
Well, we're both incredibly handsome.
But it was the nature of the new stunt person to the bones of the new stunt person. I think there's so many people. I mean, like you, I get calls from people all the time about wanting to be a stunt person, and actors who will go, yeah, I'm really thinking about it. And I go, I think what you're, and after talking with them, I say, I think what you're thinking about is being an actor who's handy. You're not talking about being a stunt
that's
person.
interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or dynamic as an actor.
Yeah, I mean, because you're not really interested in being hit by a car.
Yeah.
You're not really interested in falling
Right.
10 feet
Yeah.
to the
Ground
ground.
pounding on your back.
Yeah, because if you were a stunt person, you'd say, oh, yes, I'm very much interested in that, because those are the gags that make me a stunt performer.
Correct.
100%.
Yeah, and you can usually tell within 2 questions, you know, do you want to stand on that counter, which is only,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to do that.
3 feet.
It's only 3 feet. I don't want to do it. I will do it. I don't want to do it. But, you know, will you come and go backwards off and land on the floor? Mm-hmm. And if the answer is no, then, you know, you're probably in the wrong business, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I heard a story where a young stunt performer, hopeful, whatever, was on the set of one of Rick's shows, and the kid asked him, "Will this hurt?" And Rick asked him to leave. Just leave, you know, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
And fair enough. and he should leave.
When I got, I wanted to be an actor when I was a little boy, kind of thing, and I went and studied acting. And when I discovered Hollywood wasn't waiting for me, I put my acting, martial arts, and gymnastics in a cup. Give it a shake. Out falls a stunt guy. So that's what I did, and I knew that was going to be easy. Whoa.
But it. I'll argue it.
No, but so.
I mean, the career that you've had a.
Yeah, absolutely.
career,
So
yeah.
but what I'm getting at is, I'm a filmmaker in my heart, first, and I'm a writer. I think even before I'm an actor.
Interesting.
And today, kids are getting. When I got in, same with you, John. I had to go to the library and glean every book I could get to even read the word stunt, or some about a stunt man or something. And I would call Los Angeles and get stunt guys on the phone and just ask questions. Today they don't do that. And the thing is, there were no behind the scenes on DVDs, you know, to learn from, blah, blah, blah. So what I did is, I got in honestly because this is what I really wanted to do. I set a goal and I went for it. Today, people are becoming stunt performers because their friends are, and there's a lot of money involved.
Or their dad.
Well, that's
I mean,
I mean,
no lie.
hey.
no, but you're getting it honestly because you were born to it. You were born in the film family.
Yeah, I'm not
were-
gonna-
as was
yeah.
Nick
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the Jones boys and girls.
And quite frankly, I think in a lot of ways, when you compare, well, I don't know about you, I'll talk about me. When I look at Nick at my age and Nick at his age, I mean, the comparison is shocking.
sure.
Yeah, he's so much ahead of where I was.
Yeah, he always said that to me too. Look
Yeah.
at where you are at 30, I'm 39, 40 now, but
Yeah,
he would say that, like, what I was at 30 versus what you are at 30 is just,
Yeah, it's mind bending.
Yeah, totally.
But the thing is that, I wanted to be a filmmaker.
Sure.
That's what I did. And now I meet people who are stunt performers who are only in the game because of a friend of theirs talked themselves into a stunt coordinator position. And you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. I mean, the narrative of, of what we do drives me as well. I mean, I was always, doesn't matter if it's, what the size of the budget or what it is, it's telling stories. I mean, 100%.
Yeah.
I get it. I guess I'd never heard it worded that way, but I don't think my story is really, the route was different, the path was different, but it's writing
goal
stories,
was the
it's
same.
telling stories.
Drama class.
The goal's the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
Like when I go to work, I just want to be a part of the storytelling process, and stunts is just the way I did it. That was my avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah, growing up, and a lot of it was paused or slow-mo stunts, on movies, and he would explain, Eddie Murphy's stunt guy in Beverly Hills Cop. You could see the windows smash
Before he
long
came
before
through
he
it.
ever gets to it, right? And he would pick these things out. We were all so impressed, and it would take us 4.5 hours to watch a movie, but
That's
but
great.
a lot of it was like he was really into romantic comedies and things that were way outside the action portion of making
Yeah.
movies, And he was always talking about directors and writers, and these are the people that I was familiar with growing up. It's just directors and writers and producers and these kinds of things. And he would talk about MASH and the heartfelt moments and stuff like that, And it's kind of interesting to see how the careers have gone a completely different way, but.
Well, yeah, and
I don't know.
and not. I mean, there's
And not, yeah, really.
yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Anyway.
Anybody want a rag on? I'm just teasing. I'm kidding.
Yeah, special skills extras being paid as stunts.
Okay.
Let's define this.
okay.
Let's talk about this.
This came up the other day.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with a young fella that was involved with that.
Right.
Well, there was somebody posted something the other day. Alicia, I think, posted something about SSE versus stunt and what they are.
Well, I think there's some confusion with. I know there's a whole camp out there that goes, and I don't want to get this into our own neck of the woods too much, but there's a whole camp out there that thinks the SSC category should be eliminated. I disagree with that.
I've not heard this.
Yeah, I know there's people who think it should go away.
Just pull that mic in front of you, John. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm the worst guest ever.
No, it's all good. You're great.
Everybody gets told.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We may never air this one, but
Everybody-
that's
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. This may never air.
Yeah, probably.
Blair's asleep.
So,
He didn't even hit record. I'm convinced of it. Blair, did you notice that even when you're not,
I panicked when he said you didn't hit record. I'm like, oh shit, didn't I?
Don't hit it again.
but I think it's a good category. I think there's a place for it. I think it's abused and misused.
Yes.
No, what I'm referring to is there's people with some special skills. I'm not talking about the actor category, special skills background.
Yes.
I'm talking about there's people with special skills who get paid as stunt people but don't really do stunts. They make,
Can you give me an example, please?
Okay.
Sure, people who can, like our business has become a little, stunts have become watered down.
Are you kidding me? Sorry. Yes. I'm 100% on that.
Yeah, and that's okay, but the problem starts on twofold. One, because everyone wants safe. Is it safe? Is it safe? Well, no, it's not safe. If it was safe, you wouldn't need a stunt performer. If it was safe, you would hire an actor to do it. But there's this, and we're all falling prey to it to a certain degree. We're all kind of, is it safe? And and you're expected to say yes, because if you say no, which I won't, incidentally, I'll try to tell the truth. As my dad used to say, tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything.
Right.
But you know, everyone, there's this whole thing, and it's driven by insurance, and it's driven by all kinds of different factors. But everyone wants our industry to be safe. But the end result is it becomes watered down, and so these people who can, you need someone to do a backflip. Literally, that's it. The character goes and gets a drink of water out of the tap, and then slips on the floor. But because they're an Olympic athlete in the story, she gracefully does a backwards walkover and lands it, and then walks back and sets it on. And so they'll go, okay, so we need a stunt person for that. But it's not a stunt. It's a precise.
It's a skill.
Of perhaps Olympian level, but it's not a stunt per se, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
And
There's a thin gray line there, but yes.
sure, and I'm not disputing that it should be special skills. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
It should be a stunt, but my point is that that's becoming the majority of stunt performers, or there's a large. I shouldn't say the majority. That's unfair. There's a large group of people who are becoming stunt performers, who that's their shtick. They're tricksters, or they're gymnasts, or they can do that kind of thing.
Where stuntmen land on their feet. That's
Or
they
stuntmen
think
who land on their
stunt
feet.
performers might land on their feet.
Yeah.
And no,
Yeah.
you know.
And listen, it's different than going. And I had someone say, "Well, what's the difference between that and sliding a car?" Well, you're in control of several thousand pounds of steel that
The risk is great.
it's catastrophic if things go wrong. So it's completely different skill level. The end result is completely different if you muck that up. So I don't characterize it in the same league, professional stunt drivers. But I just think there's a.
I mean,
The ground pounders are. I had a kid out just recently on my show, and on SkyMed.
Okay.
And the gag was he was a fireman, and he's got to go up a ladder. And he gets to the top, and he slips and he falls.
How high is the ladder?
He was probably 4 feet up. His feet were 4 feet up.
okay.
So his back is, 8 feet off the ground. And I said to him, his name was Ryan Clark, young guy, and
I know Ryan well.
yeah. And I said, Ryan, so I need you to kind of slip and hit your forearm as if you cut your forearm, and then fall backwards, and take it the way you want. I'm going to roll on the first time. The first one's for you. And kid slipped, boom. I tell you, boom, straight to his back. Ricocheted once off the top, straight to his back. Oh my God. And I was on a huge wide shot. I mean, it was fantastic. And I went, oh my God, Ryan, I'm so sorry, because I was on a single camera day. Ryan, I got to get you to do that again. No problem, sir. Went up, hit it again, straight down, boom, straight to his back. Sweet. I mean, fantastic. I went, and I was clapping, going, and I was thinking, that's a stuntman.
Yeah, man.
He hit the shot perfectly, landed where I wanted him to, just in a T-shirt.
Ryan was out on Mayor of Kingstown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I thought the kid was fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the SSC category, I think that it is also now used among just production in general. It's not a stunt thing, really. Like, do you hire your SSCs?
I really try not to.
Yeah.
Same with me.
I say, if you want someone to, every once in, I'll tell you when I do. Let me word it this way. I leave production to hire SSCs. When I will hire SSCs is, it was funny because it was actually, and I was talking to your dad about it when your dad was up on SkyMed, and I said, hey, Randy, I've got her walking along the top of the bar during the fight. What do you think? Do you think I'm crossing over the line on this? And Randy, I remember you said, I think you're okay, but you're just okay. I remember you
Yeah,
said.
yeah, I remember the conversation.
Yeah. And so that kind of category, I've got a fight scene going on, and I need people, what I call the buffer people.
Sure.
Who are just on the outskirts of the fight. They're not actually doing anything. They're just standing there watching, but I need them to be heads up that they can step back if Randy falls back.
Yeah, totally.
So they're not, like I say, not doing stunts, but they're the buffer between that and the 10,000 extras. So that's when I hire SSEs.
Okay.
But aside from that, I leave it to production.
Now, if there's a scene, let's say a great example of SSE is taking this a scene of at a circus, let's say, or
Sure.
and you got guys on stilts and guys on trampolines, and then people just doing their own ground work, acrobatics of some sort. There's a bunch of people here, probably hired by from an actual circus company or from gymnastics or something, that are here just for their special skills.
I'm not going to hire them. I'm not going to touch
You
that.
wouldn't touch that.
Neither would I.
Now, should a stunt coordinator be there?
No, not if they're special skills. 'Cause
Okay,
I'm a stunt coordinator. I'm not a special skills coordinator.
copy that.
That's my opinion. But if I'm hiring them, they're going to be stunt performers.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
That's
I
my-
imagine,
that's my take.
No, I agree with that take. I get asked for SSEs all the time, and I tell people, no, they're coming through casting. I don't hire SSEs. I don't have a stable of wannabe stunt people who I would give SSE work to, and the only time really that I hire SSEs is driving.
Interesting. And yet, you see, I was interested in having forgive the word stable, but I was interested in developing that for people for the buff, because I do so much combat stunt stuff,
Right.
I do so much fight stuff, and although the driving thing too, you know.
Well, so if I'm doing,
So that the guy who's in behind the two cars back when,
Correct. So what I do is, and the people that I hire as SSE, and the one car chase comes to mind is in Mayor of Kingstown. I had to have Blair doubling, what's his name? Renner, Jeremy Renner, driving this big old car boat down through people. So I hired, I don't know, 13 or 14 people to be the gaggle of traffic. But what I did, each person was a stunt performer,
right.
but I only could use them as SSEs, and some people said, "Yeah, I'll come out for that." But I need people to have the presence of mind that this other guy is doing something. So that's what I did. I couldn't hire them all as stunt people. The people that were the stunt people were the ones that were put into positions of risk, and the rest of them were SSE.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's where you draw that line is, I mean, this is just my take on it. You can't like, I'm not going to weave around I'm not going to weave around SSE. I keep hitting that. There we go. How do I get that up?
Yeah.
You can bend it up.
Yeah,
Can I?
it's kind of.
I don't want to break it.
He's wearing our favorite arms.
You can bend the far end up.
Yeah. You can take this and just like.
Oh, can I?
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
there we go. Great.
Yeah, it doesn't hold too.
You can't have the SSE weaving in around, primary action. I mean, I use them deep BG.
Yes,
where
sure.
I use them.
Yeah.
That's the only time I use them, to answer your original question, is for a buffer or deep BG, when I want to have, exactly as you were saying, I want to have that heads-up person who knows that they're not hired, and I say this to them, you're not hired to give me free stunts. I don't want you doing a stunt at all.
Right.
Not at all. You're there to act as a buffer.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm hiring somebody, they're falling down, they're going to be a stunt guy.
Yeah. And it's sorry, go ahead, Andrew. Yeah.
No, please.
I guess when you direct, do you coordinate your own stuff, or do you hire a coordinator?
Well, it depends on the gag. So it depends on the extent of what I need done. But I've done it with you.
Yeah.
He's cool. And I probably have done it with Blair. Yeah, it's probably best to not spread yourself so thin. It depends on the gag.
That's interesting. Yeah, there's two sides. See, I always do it.
Yeah.
Always. And
Direct and coordinate.
yeah,
Well, again, because you may have other things that need to be done as the director, or deal with other things. So the coordinator goes to set in front of you and does whatever they have to do with those people. I'm not sure I would. I don't know. It's a good question.
I'm opening up for you to attack my logic, and you're being very.
No, I just want to agree with you because. Yeah.
I do it all the time. In
Okay.
fact, it'd be rare that I don't do it.
Okay.
Is there someone assisting you at the very least?
Yeah, generally. But what I do is I go to make sure I go to set early, and I find stunt. This is it's not like I'm setting the world on fire as a director, but I do direct,
Yes.
Sure.
and I find stunt coordinating far more difficult than directing. I think most of the job in directing is managing performance, good shot composition. So it's performance, good shot composition, and all of which, and that you had a really good healthy prep. But on the floor, stunt coordinating to me is much more difficult than directing, in my opinion.
Well, stunt coordinator is directing.
Yes, it is.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
As a director, your job is to communicate. And shot composition is largely up to the operator and the DP to some degree.
It is. But
Well, I have to communicate what I want.
yeah,
And then
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, when I say shot composition, that blends into everything from. I'm not just saying, how to frame a shot. I'm
Right.
talking shot composition to me is how do you compose the shot? It's what's in the background, what action do you want to see, where you want it to track. I mean, I think it goes into way beyond just framing.
So you're blocking people and camera.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Yes, and I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. That's what I'm referring to when I say that.
Right.
And of course, performance is first and foremost. So no, you're right. I mean, stunt coordinating. The reason I think stunt coordinating is more difficult than directing. That's kind of a stupid statement in a little bit, but it can be more challenging is because of the nature of the work you're blocking and you're creating. And you have to kind of finesse two different visions, your own and the director's.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 There again, that's communication.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And it's also taste and also perception.
of course.
Yeah.
100%.
I imagine, though, when you go to work for another coordinator today, you also have your own way of doing things and this and that.
I really try not to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I try and just, I want to bring what I can to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, just, I'm not there to coordinate it.
It's certainly valuable to have you there. Or any coordinator in town.
Sure, but, it's like me hiring, when you hire really seasoned guys, they get it. There's a shorthand,
Sure.
100%.
Sure.
100, but, the more seasoned guys, there's never it goes without. I have a real simple philosophy: hire the right guys, and your job is so easy.
That's 100% true.
And so those experienced guys are not a nightmare; they're an asset.
But when when you're hired by sort of a newer coordinator, someone who has talked themselves into a job, and you're on set, when you say, I try not to, the operative word is try, and I really try not to. But that said, when I hire someone, I've never been that guy on set that doesn't want anyone else bringing ideas. I want you to bring ideas. If I hire you and you do not bring your entire career today, what's the point? I could have hired that guy. So that's that shorthand. That's that veteran that's coming or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. That's interesting. That you're bringing. You want that.
Oh my God! If
want
you
it
have a
all.
better
Yeah.
idea than I have, and you don't bring it up, why are you here? And I don't care if you bring it up in front of the director. I don't care if you bring it up in front of the producer. You're going to make me look amazing for bringing you on set because you're so good at what you do. You're making the team better, and let's just make the film, right? So I'm not that guy that's going to prevent you from ever coming up with an idea. That's why I hire the right people.
Right. Right.
Now, I've been on set of like Shelley's show where Blair brings something up and everything's gravy, and I say even a peep, and I get told what's up, you know?
Well, yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, where's that fine line? I mean, I would.
Yeah, see,
you know,
and I'm kind of in your camp. You know who's remarkable at this is like I've had a long working relationship with this guy James Binkley,
sure.
and
We don't like him either.
yeah, James Binkley. Fuck. Yeah. Anyway, but I'll be doing something, and Bink will come over and
Yeah.
just super quiet, and I'll go And sometimes it's no, and sometimes
Oh, yeah.
it's oh yeah, great, yeah, oh yeah, like but so
Sure.
I hear what you're saying, Randy, but I try to evoke my inner James Binkley.
Oh no, I understand that.
So if I had an idea for you, I would never, in front of anybody, I would walk over very quietly and very
Well, most professionals would do exactly what you're doing, and that's what I would do. I would walk up behind someone and whisper in their ear. I call myself an actor whisperer.
Right.
So when I'm on set, I'm not that guy that takes the floor and says, "Hey, it's my time." I walk up to an actor behind them and say, "Oh, don't do that. Do this." Okay, and then the actor gets the credit for doing something brilliant.
That's right.
Because I would never whisper anything that's not brilliant. So all I'm saying is that although, yes, I would appreciate the whisper, and that's fine, and I would probably on set give whoever whispered the credit for this particular action. But in the event we're in a conversation and someone brings up something in front of someone, I'm not going to give that person shit. I'm going to thank them for being a part of this conversation, and you've just made the show better. So I have no issue with someone actually bringing it up if they did.
See, and I do. Here's the thing. Here's the difference. I have an issue. Have an issue. That's too strong. But I believe in chain of command.
Sure. Okay.
You know, so I think it can become pandemonium if everyone's blah blah blah.
Absolutely.
It's got to go through. It's got to filter through the coordinator. It's
Okay.
got to. That's my take on it.
But
I hear you, and I mean this sincerely. I'm not pandering to you when I say I applaud you for that kind of openness, and I mean that. But I can't do it. I need to have control.
Okay. Yeah. And I understand that.
A tight control.
But the person that's standing there having this conversation,
Yeah.
if they're not invited to give their opinion or an idea, they should not be a part of that conversation to start with.
Sure, I agree with that as well, and I agree too. But you understand what I mean when I say about if you relinquish control on a film set, that can often there's problems.
I get it.
You got fraying edges at that point.
Yeah, and especially everything from you can pull the safety card, you can do all kinds of things, but creative safety, all of it kind of goes into a wash. So yes, if I invite people to let's have a discussion about that, I want to hear it, but I want to hear it in order. I want to hear it in order. I don't want a kaleidoscope of ideas kind of pouring out.
Okay.
That's just how I work.
Yeah. Well, for one, it's never been a kaleidoscope of ideas in my entire career. I've never had that.
Yeah, of course,
happen.
of course.
All I'm saying is that I do invite.
The experience that you brought to set.
Right. I do invite other people to bring.
And I, as do I, but I want it done in a structured way. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I do too. It's not like I'm not closed-minded to the better idea. I want the better idea because you're absolutely right. It's just going to make the project better, you better. It's just going to make the whole thing better.
Right.
But I want it done in a structured manner.
Right.
Yeah.
And I imagine, there's so many guys coming out with ideas that just, you don't want. Please don't say that in front of the director. You know,
Right.
there's some pretty obscure.
It's so rare that it ever happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I just want to be open to receiving your entire career today.
And I think I've never thought of it like that, and I think that's remarkable, and I'm going to keep that in mind. You know, you were saying about, do I have an assistant, and, you know, to help me when I'm
Yeah,
directing.
when you're directing.
Yeah, I do, and it's, boy, I don't know if you work with assistant stunt coordinators, do you?
No.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, without a doubt, I understand the comfort level. I just, no.
I've been working with Ruth Chang over the last few projects,
Yep.
and what a game changer. It just
like going from not having
yeah,
someone to having someone.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's not only just the administrative part of it. It's, you know, bouncing ideas. It's like opening your mind to new performers, different level of experience, different sensibility.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, fantastic. Really,
That's true.
really enjoyed that relationship. It's been great. And I hadn't really worked with. I'd worked with a few. I'd worked with Kerr Wooten, who was great. Ruth Chang.
So how do you contract these people?
Production.
Oh, no, I understand productions, but how do you do it? What's their title and on the contract? Like, is it an actor thing or?
Yeah, it's generally it's a stunt coordinator contract.
Okay, copy. Okay,
Yeah, it's a stunt coordinator contract.
Oh, wow.
But they're listed as my assistant.
right. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Hire
I mean, you know, I have a small, use that word stable again, of incredibly trusted individuals that I can and have used as assistant, Blair being one,
Yeah.
Andrew being another.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, who better to trust?
that's right.
The yeah, so that's interesting. But it's
But you've
it's,
never really hired a straight assistant.
no, it's just rare. I
He
just
tried. He tried hiring me, sort of on Mayor of Kingstown.
Right.
Well, I guess you did, but I barely did anything. He's got too much energy, too much. He just does it. He just
Yeah, I
goes.
mean, you have to. You have to relinquish some
control.
control for sure. You do to make that work. So, you know, like if you were assisting me, I'd say, you know, I need 3 NDs, and you know what I'm looking for. You have the sensibility of it. You know that you want to. You know, make sure the look is right, whatever the gender, whatever the case may be, but and the skill level, you know, knowing that you know how I want the most experienced person I can possibly get.
Now, once you've
Sure.
communicated that criteria, and your assistant finds those 3 people, do you still
Required.
do you still say yes or no to that, or do you just trust them blindly?
No, I say yes or no.
Yeah. So I do it myself.
No, I don't. No,
No.
Look
So
at-
I do
look
it.
at-
That's
no,
what
look at. No. I'm just saying.
I'm teasing.
I know you are, but look at have I been talked into people that I would have gone no and then go yeah all the time. But there's sometimes you go, I don't know if that, you know, because we're people and people are trying to give people a break, and sometimes you go, oh, that fit isn't going to work. That's
Yeah.
a tough one. And you know, Ruth has said to me, for example, oh no, I think it's going to be okay. And then she'll say, why?
Right.
And I'll go, oh, okay, well, okay.
Well, she's in a position because you trust her.
yeah.
So
yeah,
let's just
yeah.
go there.
Yeah, absolutely, and I do. But yeah, no, but it's still, you know, she's great. She always says, you know, what do you think?
Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking.
She probably mentions you get Randy all the time.
Well, that's the problem. I go, again? That's like the only name that comes out of your mouth. Randy Butcher. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah. I need a 5'5" blonde lady. Randy Butcher. He can do everything. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of stunt actors, Ruth saw me in Fubar.
Oh yeah.
And I'm in the first episode, opening sequence of the first episode of the second season, a
Right
little
on.
stunt actor thing.
Oh, cool.
And she said that she thinks I might be the best actor in our industry. So
Wow.
that was awfully sweet of Ruth.
Wow.
Sorry, Ruth, I called you out on that one.
Yeah. Best actor ever.
That's what I was.
That's what
That's the
you
way I
heard.
read it. But when I read it twice, it was just inside our small
best
portion of the
actor.
industry.
I was reminds me of a story. Sophie was talking to a friend of hers, and who's an actor, and her mother was concerned about her not working as much as she should. Sophie's friend, Sophie's friend's mother, and she was saying to her daughter, "Well, honey, I think all you need to do to get more work, go out and win an Academy Award, and then you'll get lots of work."
Easy peasy.
And she was quite serious. So I thought, there you go. There's some good
That's a great advice.
There's some good life advice. Just go out and win that Academy Award, and
you'll do great.
You'll get more work.
You'll get more work because people will see that you won an Academy Award.
That's brilliant.
That was pretty brilliant.
You never thought of that. You could have done.
I don't know why I didn't do that.
Well, you were designated the world's best actor without winning an Academy Award.
True.
There you go.
That's a good point.
You
Thank
know,
you for that.
Yeah, awards, schmarts, like nobody cares. Yeah,
We're going to share this part of the podcast
Yes.
over and over and over. Yeah.
Yeah.
World's
Especially
best
where he
actor.
said my name over and
Yeah.
over and over.
Randy Butcher. You know, that shirt.
Yeah.
That shirt. Yes, that shirt. So I did stunt hats, Stead stunts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Designed by Baz Rietsma
Oh, yeah.
and created by Alex Armbruster's dad.
Right.
Right on.
And it was all done on the floor of SkyMed really quickly, over breakfast, actually. Someone said, "Do you ever do swag?" I said, "No." 15 minutes later, there's the hat. Baz really kind of designed it, too. You know, I said I want the lightning bolt because my old nickname, Johnny Lightning.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, there it goes, Stead stunts. So I'm passing them out like crazy. And this frickin' shirt shows up, like I'm passing out the hat.
Oh, one of your ADs?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember getting the photograph.
She's going, and then but she did it really well. She went, "Oh, John, you're the best, but you know," and then she shows the shirt. "Yes, you're good, but you know Randy Butcher, right?"
Oh,
That's
my
right.
God.
Yeah. Can everyone see that shirt?
Yeah, they can. I mean, it's the only shirt I wear on this show.
Yeah, he wears it every show.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
good.
yeah.
He's got to wash it.
People that know me get it. It's a joke.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah.
But there's a lot of people in the industry that wear this shirt to work.
Yeah, I don't allow it.
Not anymore.
I say, I mean, you know, if you want to work, sure, but I'd love to have you out, but the shirt's got to go.
Yeah. And then you got a shirtless guy walking around.
Yeah. I remember you sent me the picture. It was so funny.
Go to wardrobe. Get something else.
I love it. It's good. It's very good.
Oh, my God. That's ridiculous.
That's silly.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I got my Stead hat from Nick.
Oh, yeah. So Nick and my Stead hat. So Nick is out giving Stead Stunts hat on his show.
Yeah, he's a Stead.
And well, exactly. Did I tell you the story on that?
No,
No.
I think he did, actually. Or was it you, actually?
No.
I think it was you when we were on
Yeah,
set
I
on
think
Law and
you're
Order.
right, yeah.
Because he said, I said, "What, you're giving out my hat on set?" And he goes, "Dad, you don't want me to give out your hat? Give me a different last name." So,
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Good,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's hilarious.
yeah, there you go. So, hey, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I like your kid a lot. I think he's like seriously one of the nicest, coolest guys.
Oh,
And
yeah,
he's
thank you.
obviously
Yeah.
very skilled, and
Yeah, he's a good
you
guy.
know, he kind of in some regard, like listening to you guys about your hunting and the even him with the rafting and all that stuff. It's so impressive, and I envy that. I envy that stuff. I never really got into the outdoorsy thing like that, but I love it.
Yeah, Andrew's father's never even ever taken him fishing.
That's true.
Andrew's dad never fished.
Wow,
You know, I went ice fishing once in my entire life.
wow. And
was
did
wi-
you
it was-
catch a lot of
no.
ice? That's the joke goes.
Yeah. I think I helped create the hole, and then we sat there for 4 hours,
Freezing.
smoked marijuana, and didn't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's
That's
kinda
okay.
funny.
Well, you know, a little
It was a good time. And
bonding over the frozen hole in the lake.
Yeah.
There you go.
something like it.
Yeah. How many generational stunt guys are there? There's, You, me, Jamie Jones, obviously.
The Rackies.
The Rackies, of course.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh,
Shelley.
what I mean? Yeah, but Ed Kweflik.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
There's a lot. Rick Parker.
Some of them are coming. The McGuires.
McGuire's. Yes, that's right. McGuire's.
Well, it's
Blair.
it's-
Are you?
Yeah, Blair's son is an actor. Remember? Is he still?
No, Mason gave it up.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Okay.
He just wasn't doing it enough, and he doesn't like the sort of acting part of it, and he would rather just drive or ride motorcycles. And
Right.
Yeah, he's a country boy through and through.
I got Michael, his actor card. Michael, I hope you're listening to this. And he gave it up too. Just not interested in it.
Right.
It wasn't for him.
Yeah. It's not for everybody.
Yeah. It was giving up the actor card that drove me crazy.
Uh,
Yeah.
But you know, it's the age-old Hollywood story where stunts are handed down from father to son, from mother to daughter, and away we go.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, it's a natural thing. It's how our children were raised. You know, my daughter Randy Lee, when she was only in grade 1 or 2, she had to do a journal. They do the journals on what you did on the weekend. And Rhonda and I went for a parent-teacher night thing, and here's her journal open at a particular page. And she had drawn 2 people in pencil crayon and orange and red flames. And her little story was, on the weekend, my father lit my uncle and my cousin on fire. And the teacher wrote in red ink, Randy Lee, this is a good story, but are you sure it's true? And I had to call her over. I said, yeah, this is what we do. So when Randy Lee was that young, she watched me light my brother Neil and Blair on fire at Blair's place on his farm.
That's so funny. Nick got the same thing.
But that's just the way
got
we
a
grew
call
up.
from the teacher saying Nick is telling people that he's jumping off the house,
Yeah, same
balcony
here.
into like a big fluffy bag.
Yeah.
I said, well, he
Into a
is.
big fluffy bag. Yeah.
Because we'd bring the airbag out. And
That's so funny.
Yeah,
The
and-
teacher called our house and spoke to my wife and said, Andrew, we're concerned that he's watching too much television. That's what they said. Because he crashes his Hot Wheel cars and he jumps off his desk and rolls on the ground. And he says he's a stunt boy.
Yeah.
So Rhonda goes, yeah. Here's the story. And then they all understand, right?
Sure.
But that's the way our children were raised. So it's just a natural thing. And then Blair's been with me since he was 13 years old.
Yeah.
You know, I flipped a car once and Blair was as white as a sheet when he comes up and he goes, we don't have to do that, right? And then he grew up, and then look what he's doing with cars. He flipping stuff and
fantastic.
crazy crap.
Yeah. That's right.
So it's just a natural progression.
I love it.
Our,
Yeah, I think it's so great. Nick's first stunt was for Marco Bianco, working with me on a low-budget movie, and had to go backwards over a barbecue, and Nick was with me, and he was probably, I don't know, 10 or something like that.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
yeah.
and he didn't, and I remember me holding Nick as I went over. Nick said, no, I didn't actually do a stunt. I was just, I had to like scramble over you or something like that. But I remember him coming tumbling down with me, but maybe that's, I don't know.
Well-
I think my first stunt was him tackling me out of a tree.
Right.
Or I was not in the tree. I'm walking with ice skates or something,
Yeah.
and he jumps out of the tree and tackles me to the floor.
Right.
But I was, 13 or 14 or something like that.
Yeah, you're just a kid.
Do you remember being on film sets as a kid? Like Nick was,
Yeah.
and Michael were always on film sets.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. I kind of grew up on them, and
Yeah.
I grew up in the audition room, and
Sure.
it was constantly when I look back at my childhood and my teens, it was Second City, acting classes, writing,
Really?
directing classes.
Oh, wow.
I would do
Wow.
some martial arts and
He's an incredible writer.
weapons, and there was all kinds of stuff I was just doing.
Isn't that amazing?
I did stand.
It's amazing what
comedy
I
a bit.
don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
How poorly qualified I am to do what I do, I guess.
No, that was my life when I was young.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and
remarkable.
I grew up in Woodstock, There was another kid that went to school there, the only other actor, I think, in the whole friggin' city. His name was Kevin Ziggers, and he did Air Bud. He was the star of that movie with the dog.
Yeah.
You know, and I used to get teased all the time that I wanted to be like Kevin Ziggers. That was the whole thing at my school. But yeah, I was out doing auditions, rarely in school. I was like, that was my life. Yeah.
Wow.
Auditions,
Yeah,
stunts, and
Wow.
we got called, Rhonda and I, from the high school when we first came to Cambridge, and the teacher says, the vice principal told me, you have to stop taking your kids out of school for these auditions they're doing.
Best part of private school in the universe, incidentally, taking the kids out to go hunting all the time.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
It's private school, right? Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but
Yeah.
the teacher said you have to ask permission. This principal said you have to ask us permission to take your children. I said, no, just a second. These are my children. I don't need to ask you permission for anything.
That's right.
And I said, how many new kids came to the school this year? And he had a number. He told me the number. And I said, can you tell me, please, how many of them offered to shake your hand and offer their name? And he said, 2. Randy Lee Butcher and Andrew Butcher. Thank you.
All right.
Because my children were raised in a professional situation, environment, and they had to be these people, and that's how my children were raised. And he got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for you. You know, it's funny though. I'm getting a little bit of kickback about not kickback's the wrong word. With Rose, because Rose came out to work on SkyMed with me.
Yeah.
And now I'm going out to St. Pierre next week, and Rose is coming out of school again to go out to St. Pierre because her mom is flying down to Panama. And so Rose is coming with Dad, and Nick's going out to take care of the dogs and at the place. But out of school again for another week. And there's some
Pushback from the school?
pushback's the wrong word, because I find
Concern?
them I find them very supportive, and their rationale is good. You know, Rose is going to fall behind. Rose, you know, and I go, yeah, I get it, but you know, there's not much I can do about it. I have to take her, and I'm going to. But I actually appreciate it. It shows a level of, it's not about control, it shows a level of concern from the daughter's welfare.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. But by the same token, I want you to think back on your personal public school career, where you went to grade kindergarten up through high school, and name me the 1 week that was so crucial that you shouldn't have missed.
It was September 15th.
Right. So based on that, I had no issue taking my children out of school for a day or two.
And neither do I. It's
Yeah,
just,
I know. It's just
you know,
kind of funny.
I'm appreciative of what they do, and you know,
Sure.
and you know, and I mean it. And so I try to couch this is what I'm doing with appreciation of what they do.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because I do appreciate what they do.
I had a teacher once. Andrew came home, and he wasn't upset, but you know, he was kind of confused, and he said to me, "My teacher told me that acting was a hard nut to crack, and that I should have something to fall back on."
Oh boy.
So I went and I spoke to this person, and in front of other people, I said, "Did you actually say that to my son? That acting's a hard nut to crack?" And he goes, "Well, it is." And I said, "Where did you get that from? What did you try to be an actor at one point in your career?" And I'd already done a bit of research, and I said, "Did you read about it, like in a Premier magazine, that somebody said acting's a hard nut to crack?" And he, whatever. I said, "I understand that you wanted to be an NHL hockey player, and you fell back on your acting career because your dream didn't come true. I said, you just destroyed 12 years or 14, 15 years of confidence that I have instilled in my son."
Well, that teacher actually put on. I wrote a paper on, you know, what I wanted to do with my future and all that, and it had a lot to do with comedy and acting and things like that. And he said he actually wrote in red pen on it, "Are you trying to make us jealous?" As an English teacher.
You're joking.
He wrote that, and that's what I brought home to him.
Yeah, I mean that's a small person, you know. I mean,
Yeah, he was
shame on you.
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny. I was going to say I get what your dad's saying about, you know, you just destroy. He didn't destroy anything.
No.
You know, and I'm sure if you know, Randy will agree that you need guys like that. You need people like that in your life because they, you know, I'm not trying to quote Nietzsche, but, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But to a certain degree, you know, you need the naysayers because carry on. Look at, you know, I was joking earlier about being so ill-equipped to do this job, and there's probably true. You know, if you compared my research and my learning curve to what other people have done. But I will say that knowledge can be a dangerous thing. You know, if I ever, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, if you ever realized how hard it is to do what we do, you'd never do it. Like, just charge forward, out of the gate, just keep going. Don't have a B plan.
Yeah.
Just go out and do it, you know.
I agree with that. And to be honest, I think that more in your world or Randy's world, might that be the absolute case. For me, when I was growing up, like when I look back at my childhood and how he and my mom raised me, I actually find it quite impressive how well they trusted me to have a good life, to get what I want and do what I want. They didn't pressure me so hard about anything, about school or about, you know, stunts or just anything. They weren't like, go get a job, blah, blah, blah. There was a bit of that, but I mean, it wasn't.
Well, it was probably about, I'm sure, I don't want to speak for your dad, but I find a lot of artistic families are like that. You know, they they just, there's kind of a default pattern that happens with artistic type of families that don't follow the normal kind of trend. You know, I think be honest, be responsible, pay your own way. That's really.
Yeah.
You know,
I guess,
I'm not going to support you your whole life, but I will support you your whole life. Do you
sure,
in different ways.
100%.
You know, but pay your own way, you know.
What's interesting is you get your children, you know, you encourage them to get a part-time job while they're in school, and then they do. And then next week they go work on set for 2 days.
And quit that.
Then they get that check.
That's right.
So once
I did that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So their friends are working all summer
For the same
flipping
amount.
burgers, and they're not making anywhere near all summer what these guys made in a day or 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So it's difficult.
Or in a day.
That's what I mean. So it's difficult to get them to commit to a part-time job
Sure it is.
when they could be doing something else.
The last
You
part.
know what's interesting though? Nick, if I may.
Yeah.
Nick was driven to be on the river. And to, like, I would say, Nick, what are you doing? You're going to be a river guide? Come out to set, work. Come on, I want to do the river for a summer. I wanted to, like.
Yeah, but that's his passion.
Yeah, like he was driven to do
and that made him a better stuntman, really.
100% it did. Hey, listen, and I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying
Yeah.
Yeah.
he, making little or no money as a river guide, but he loved
Yeah,
it.
no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not all about
hear
the money,
that.
but yeah, absolutely, I get it.
Yeah. I hear that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I had something I was going to say to that. I forget.
Anyway.
So, do you have any advice for stunt performer, stunt coordinator, wanting to make that transition to directing?
That surprised me. I didn't think you were going to say that.
Like it's a natural progression.
Yeah, it is.
To go from stunt performer to stunt coordinator. You control your own environment at that.
It's funny you asked that. I was wondering how to answer that question. I thought I was noodling something, and I was just driving up here, you know, knowing I was going to chat with you guys and knowing your history, and more yours than Andrew's,
Right.
of course. because I've known your dad for so
course.
so long.
I have more history.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have
Thanks for bringing that up.
lots more history. I was struck with a couple of thoughts, and I'm not going to articulate this very well, but hubris is a dangerous thing, and false sense of what the job actually is. I was on set just recently, and you know, I work with so many directors, as you do. And at a certain point, and I do a lot of episodic television, as you know, at a certain point, it's all kind of a bit of a blur, right? It's about get your day, make your day, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At a certain point. And I just recently kind of reevaluated all that and kind of tried to really look at what directors were doing and what they would bring to the set as different individuals and what they were trying to do. And I'm not talking about myself as a director. I'm talking about as a stunt coordinator when I'm observing other directors. And I'm going to get to your question in a second.
No.
here.
That's,
Yeah.
I love the answer.
But I think one of the mistakes people make is to kind of to stop really watching and learning from people. And I know that sounds ridiculously simple, but it's so easy to kind of go, you know, yeah, just make your day, get the shot. Like we all know what's going to happen next. It's going to be, you know, wide master, over, turn around. You know, I mean, it's really quite simple, right? Well, what's the big three? Well, block, light, shoot, block, light, shoot, block, light, shoot. And the shooting is wide, over, tighter, turn around, boom, 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 you know. But if you really stop and look at what the person's trying to do, if you look at the nuance, if you look at the small details that person's trying to do when you're formulaically creating episodic television, there's a lot to be learned. And I think hubris, when you've done it, seen it, done it all, is a horrible thing, and it'll always bite you. Every time I've suffered from my own hubris, it's kicked me back in the teeth, and rightfully so. You don't know everything. There's a different artistic vision at work, and if you just kind of be quiet and open your eyes and watch it, you'll learn something. Nobody sets out to do a bad movie.
Right.
Nobody. I mean, there's tons of bad movies, tons of bad product, but no one purposely goes out to try and do that. Everyone's trying to do something good, and I'm really trying to, in my life, watch and learn from what they're trying to draw on a positive side from it. And I think, going to your question specifically, what I would say to people trying to make the transition from stunt coordinator is don't get hung up on cool shots, and though that's part of it. You know, I'm going to really do it differently. Embrace what works. Understand what the medium is that you're in. You know, are you shooting a film? Are you shooting television? Understand the narrative. Understand the story. Don't do something because it looks cool. Do something to serve the story. Do something because it makes the story better. Understand that all you're doing is taking the audience and putting them where you want them to be. You know, as opposed to theater where you have to put it for the audience. Now you have the power to take that audience and put them in a unique perspective. Just make sure it serves your story.
I like the way you say that. That's good. The audience.
Anyway, I guess making the transition is I think you have to have a passion for it. You have to have, and it starts with your passion of storytelling in your own job. And at least in my case, someone recognized that and said, you know what, I want you to shoot this for me. And I did.
Now, as a stunt coordinator,
Good answer.
Moved into direction. Do you find that your expertise lie in the action area, or is a twofer of a man and a woman and a passionate moment? Is it all the same? Does it?
Yeah, no, I think I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Like most people would think that a stunt coordinator is all he's going to do is get second unit work shooting a car chase or a fight or somebody coming through a window on
When
fire.
you say a transition from stunt to directing, not just I was a stunt guy,
Right.
and now I'm a director.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like a transition like that.
Yeah, I mean, we're storytellers. Yeah, I don't even think there's. I think the people who think there's a huge transition are the people who aren't us.
Yeah.
Like we reckon, like the people who think, oh, that'd be something like he's a stunt guy, so he'll do the action well, but he won't do this well. I mean, they're the people who are don't
Exactly.
They don't understand that.
Right.
That it's like we don't see the difference. It's just telling a story. You know, I mean, I don't have to roll a car to tell a story.
Sure.
You know,
100%.
The couple and, you know, on an embrace. You know, it's what is the moment? What are you trying to capture? Tell that story. It's just about telling stories. So those kind of obstacles, for lack of a better word, are not set up by ourselves. We just go and tell stories.
That's true. Yeah.
They're set up by people, an expectation of who we are and what they think we can and can't do.
Nice work there, Randy.
Does that mean that my time is up?
No.
Does that mean, is a cane going to come in and pull me out?
you out.
Anyway, there you go. That's my thought on that.
Rhonda's in Calgary. She's just calling me to say good morning.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Good morning.
I'll
Yeah.
text her.
Yeah, indeed. Anyway, that's yeah. I love directing my own stunts, and I love directing.
Really?
Yeah, love it.
Have you directed your own acting at all? Have you done any acting?
No.
Okay.
Why would I do that to myself?
See, I don't know. That's
You
hilarious.
obviously haven't seen me act.
But directing your own stunts, why do you like that in particular?
I love it. I love because you can get what you really want to do out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, and how you think
That
it should be
makes sense.
shot, and yeah, it's really
Yeah.
fun. You know, because you know nothing's worse than working for that person who's already blocked it and they haven't even seen what you do. I remember working with a director who said, "Okay, so this is what's going to happen: is that the shots are going to be here, 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 and here." And I went, "You haven't even seen what I've given you for the thing yet, and you've already got your camera positions. Like they're so fixed on getting their day that they've
That's
lost the
interesting.
creative process completely. Like just
Yeah.
no, it's just shocking. It becomes just mechanics. Like anyone could do that. Then I mean, I'm not trying to, but not observing. What's the story? What are you presenting? Then let's shoot that. It's
It is. You often come upon a director who's either there or not. I don't know whether it's a preparation thing or whatever, but a really solid director is also there on the day.
100%. I agree. And
You
there's some
know.
great directors. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what I'm going back to, is saying, if you stop and you really try and watch someone work and you kind of go, even if it's just, episodic television, what they are trying to do, there's something that they're engaged in storytelling.
You're right.
Yeah, which is great. Anyway, there you go.
Well, John, can we talk a bit about hunting and firearms and?
Sure.
And,
I'm a sport shooter, incidentally. So I don't
Okay.
hunt with guns, but I love to sport shoot.
so you're not? Do you use a handgun at all right now, like a pistol or this kind of thing?
I'm an IPSC shooter. Yeah.
Okay. Currently in Canada, you're allowed to compete with these and all that?
Yep.
Okay. Laws never changed for that. Nobody's trying to.
No.
Yeah, can't buy a new pistol.
Can't buy a new pistol.
Okay.
You cannot buy a new pistol. So it's affecting us, but the handguns that we currently own for competitive use.
You're allowed to do all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, you have to have a certain qualification. Like in my case, or for IPSC shooters, it's called black badge, which is a holster qualification. But
Right.
you have to do a course. It's all heavily regimented, but a wonderful sport, very safe. Great sport. So yes, we can continue to do that. But
Michael Stevenson used to do IPSC,
Yeah.
competitive shooting.
I thought so.
International
Washington.
Practical Shooting Confederation. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So great sport. But no, you cannot purchase a new pistol in this country.
How do you feel about that?
Not good.
Yeah. Has it, I mean, as somebody who's hunting and using firearms regularly, has it truly
Well, I don't
affected-
hunt with them.
You don't hunt with them.
No.
I imagine you did at one point.
I have. Yeah, most
You
certainly.
have.
Yeah, yeah.
And I assume you have friends that hunt with
100%. And I have, and I think it's great.
You have friends?
I have no.
friends.
I do have friends, and one or two. And I don't want to appear on any level that I'm not pro firearm hunting, because I am.
Of course, of course.
Ethical hunting. Whatever your tool of choice, more power to you. I just choose to do it a little differently for different reasons. It's nothing to do. My father, who was a incredible hunter, absolutely disagreed with my use of the bow.
Why?
Really?
Yeah, 100%. And he disagreed with it for some fairly sound reasons. Now, I'm a pretty good bow hunter. I am very careful with my arrow placement. I don't drop an arrow unless I'm absolutely certain that I'm going to get my vital.
So he's worried that you're going to injure an animal.
Well, no, he wasn't worried about that. His argument was most certainly, and when bow hunting began, of course, there was the whole thing there. People would talk about people wounding animals and them taking off and all that. The reality is that I've never encountered that. I've never done it. And my son's never done it, and I've never seen that. Well, I mean, that's really who I hunt with, my son Nick and myself. I hunt alone a lot, but I've never done it. I've never wounded an animal and lost it. My arrow placement's perfect, and it has been with my son as well. And my father recognized that, but what he did believe was that it's a different type of ending for the animal. That arrows are hemorrhaging, bullet is hydrostatic shock, and that a bullet is quicker, more humane than an arrow.
Okay.
That was his argument. He recognized the skill it took to get closer. He recognized the challenges of a bow hunt. He recognized all of that. But to him, it's a different sensibility. It was about harvesting game.
Sure.
And the terminology is important to recognize when I say harvesting game.
The post effect.
Yeah, so he felt that a firearm was more successful at that. I'm not, don't know if I actually didn't, it was one of the few times I didn't agree with my father about that, but there is that camp.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, have the changing laws affected you personally?
No, not really, but I do disagree with them adamantly.
Because it is affecting others.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a piece of the pie, right? You know, I mean, people go, we're going to outlaw. I mean, and this rhetoric is well known, but, you know, we're going to outlaw handguns. And you don't say anything because you don't own handguns. And next it's going to be black rifles. And you don't care because you don't own black rifles. But next it's going to be self-loading shotguns. Well, I go on a double barrel, but, you know, like a self-loading shotgun's gone. And then it's going to be self-loading, rifles. Then it's going to be shotguns of 12 gauge because the bore's too big. And there is an agenda, a political agenda to get rid of firearms in this country. And anyone who doesn't recognize that,
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And the bad guys will always have them.
yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous if anyone says that, you know, a liberal agenda is to de-arm completely this country, and that's their agenda without question.
And do you know do you have any thought as to what they're attempting to do, or do you just think that what they tell you on the news
Well, I
is
think
what's honest?
no. I mean, I don't. I'm not on the inside track, but it's very clear that you know, they feel that the only people who should own a firearm in this country are military and police, and I'm not going to prescribe to the theory because I don't actually believe it to be false. That, you know, I don't believe in a militia mentality. I just personally don't. I don't believe that the populace has to be armed or any of those that type of rhetoric. I don't follow that.
Okay.
But I'm a sportsman, and I do know that the people making these laws aren't sportsmen. And
Yeah.
believe that the people who are making these laws don't really care about sportsmen, and they don't recognize it and don't understand it, and guns are bad and let's get rid of them. And guns can be bad, but their take on it
some people
is
are bad.
inaccurate. Yeah, people. Yes,
The
people.
guns have never been bad.
That's right. People are bad, and they use guns for bad reasons. But so I absolutely 100%. And it's funny because they go, why does the right wing gaining traction politically? Well, because people need a voice. Like you see someone like me, I'm kind of a middle ground politically. I'm not an extremist on either end, but if the only person who's going to give me a voice about retaining my firearms is that right-wing person or that person who's further right, then you end up by default putting support that way because the left side of it is so radically left, and that's why these kind of movements are gaining traction, is because average Joe guy needs somewhere to have a voice. There you go. That was a long thing about firearms.
No, that was
it was great.
beautiful.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
I mean, both Blair and I were handgun guys. I absolutely understand what you're doing there. Anyway, bad guys will always have them. I've been a self-defense proponent most of my life, and I believe the right to defend oneself. And
yeah, absolutely, and I would agree. You have to. I mean, you can defend yourself whether it's a right or not in this country. But
yeah.
Well, see, that's a thing. Like, I mean, for me, we don't have a lot anymore that's personally owned, other than our own skin. But somebody can take that away from you as well. And
well, we don't have many rights in this country. We have a lot of privileges, and
right.
The government's very clear on that. Everything from defense laws. It's just not like the United States. I mean, we don't have anything even remotely like castle law.
Right.
You are expected to retreat, and I understand, and I do understand the rationale to that. The problem with it, of course, is that. And it's not some conspiracy or anything. It's just practicalities and just common sense. I mean, the police, and I'm not even going to use the word failed because that's not really true. The police cannot protect you. They just can't. They can't be everywhere. That's ridiculous. And
the police are reactionary. They're not.
That's 100% right. They come and clean up the mess, or try to solve who did it. They're not there to, to serve and protect, as the slogan in Toronto is false. Mm-hmm. I mean, I understand the attempt, but it's just not practical.
Yeah, I mean, I think it really is just your right to have that thing
but
protect your home. I mean, this is what we have. This is what we have to make you feel safe. And yeah, I mean, we're all part of this land, and if somebody should take it from me, it's no fault of the government. It's the fault of some criminal.
But like I say, I mean, we have everything's a privilege. Not a lot of you do have the Charter of Rights in Canada.
Sure.
If you read it, there is a Charter of Rights, and but protecting life and property, it's pretty obscure. And, as the police like to quote, charging you with, if you defend yourself, you're charged. That's not convicted. But you'll always be charged.
Yes. And then your self-defense comes to by the judge.
That's right. Yeah, it's not like the United States at all. I mean, you can be charged in the States as well, but there are several states that have castle law where you do not have to retreat. Here in this country, you do. Mm-hmm. And you will be, if you defended yourself, no matter what, whether it ended up in something terrible, like someone was killed, or just someone was beaten up and you threw them out, you're going to be charged.
Or someone cuts you off on the highway. You got to do something about that.
Yeah. Or, you let, there you go. Yeah.
So, just a question. Bow hunting, is there licensing for a bow at all?
Well, yeah, they now consider it, there's bow seasons,
Okay.
of course.
Yes.
Depending where you are, depending provincially too. Of course, it depends, and it depends which province you're hunting in. Some consider a bow to be like a firearm.
Okay. All right.
Now, that's not licensed to buy one. You could go out, anyone can go out and buy a bow, but remember that hunting laws are different than, firearm laws.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So, but anyone can go out to, their local Canadian Tire and
Purchase
buy
a
a bow and some arrows, and
Yes, that's
so
right.
you actually have a loaded, lethal weapon in the event that.
Sure, I guess you could. I mean, I never think of a bow as a weapon.
Yeah. No, I understand, but yeah. So,
Well, you also,
but-
yeah, I mean, they're obviously slow to reload and all this for the average person who doesn't really understand them. So they're not going to go rob a house or a bank with them.
No.
But you also don't see, you don't hear about arrows just flying through the city
Right.
for no reason either.
Somebody walking into a
it's-
bank.
Yeah, or it's just somebody shooting it out their bedroom window or something. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, no, you don't.
nobody's doing anything wacky with a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Not often anyway.
Gives me an idea for this afternoon.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
do-
I mean, we could start
not
something.
doing much.
Yeah, we got windows.
Well, I think like anything, it requires a level of skill different than,
And a firearm, for
yeah.
sure.
I mean, firearms, of course, require skill as well, but
But it's a lot easier to pull a trigger without skill than it is to
draw a bow.
draw a bow.
Yeah, most certainly.
Interesting.
Well, John, we're closing up shop in a moment here.
Perfect.
Wondering though if you would be do us the honor of signing whatever part of the table you would like to sign.
Oh, yeah, great.
You're
Well,
into it?
I think I should sign right here.
That's
Okay,
great.
that's a great spot.
Yeah. It'll rub off.
And-
As the
and
person, if the guest always sits here,
Yeah.
then eventually it'll rub off, and they'll go, "Who was that guy?"
Oh, it's like a mystery.
It was like I can kind of
Sean.
see it.
John
John John Stunt.
Yeah.
Stunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Write Nick's last name down.
Yeah. There's the lightning bolt.
I love it.
Sweet.
That's great.
Now, is there anything that you'd like to add before?
No,
Close up.
pleasure, guys, to see you all. Pleasure to see Blair.
Yeah.
He's awake now. He's smiling.
Oh, there you
nice
go.
to see you. He just needed to talk about bows and guns and stuff like that to wake up. And thanks for having me, guys. Real pleasure.
Oh,
It's
awesome.
our pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
boys.
Cut it, Blair.
Cheers.